Thank you again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Barberton Raceway Park. It is the third event of the season. Dave Martin in the 3, Mike Mazzagatti the 87, Bob Siblet Jr. the 42, and the 22 car of Mike Miller. Some additional money on the line for the best average finisher from Midvale's features last night and Barberton's later today. Siblet and Miller very close in that race. Miller picked up finishes of 7th and 4th last night. Siblet picked up finishes of 8th and 6th. So today's feature very important as we come off of 4 to the green. We're underway. Into the first corner we go, and Martin up the track, so does Mazzagatti. Here comes Siblet. Mazzagatti able to steer out of a spin. It looked like he was going around. Miller checking up in the 22. Here comes the conclusion of lap 1. It's Dave Martin, the leader. Siblet running second. Mazzagatti is third. In the 4th spot, the 22 car of Miller. He's going to look to the second lane. Mike Miller looking to the outside. The 87 of Mazzagatti. Here's Siblet looking to the high lane. Siblet to the outside of the number 3 of Dave Martin. Siblet checking up, coming off of 4. Miller had to get on the binders. Leading is Martin, second place. Mazzagatti coming to halfway this time. It'll be 4 laps in, 4 to go, and Mazzagatti's car running better now than it was earlier in the race. His car really having a hard time getting bite coming off the turns, but right now he's pressuring Martin for the lead. Miller is right there as well. To the inside. Here again, the 87 of Mazzagatti got to run to the inside of Martin. Martin's going to slam the door shut going into 1. Mazzagatti again to the bottom, checking up, trying to keep that right front fender from getting into the left rear quarter. And here comes top qualifier Mike Miller to the high lane. Wise decision by Miller. He checks up coming off of 4. Mazzagatti may not have known he was out there as he is focused on the leader, Dave Martin, straight ahead. Mazzagatti tries the high lane of Martin. White flag is out, 1 to go. Martin giving him room. Who's going to win this one? Final lap in our heat race. The 2 bump a little bit. Here comes Miller. Mazzagatti sideways. Miller's got a final chance. To the outside, to the checkered flag off of 4. Dave Martin picks up the victory. Miller second. Mazzagatti third. Let's have a nice round of applause for the Logan Machine Milestone Services number 3 of Norton's Dave Martin. Miller gave it an effort. Mazzagatti gave it an effort, coming up just a little bit short in our first heat race. A pretty good one. Plenty of side-by-side action. You saw off of 4 to the green. We are racing in our second heat for the late models. Good start by the drivers down in corner number 4. Fuchs on the outside lane. Sideways, look out. Fuchs goes around. Joe Fuchs has spun it. Coming off of turn number 2. Collecting the number 2 of Garvin. I don't think there's going to be any harm done. Fortunately, the cars were a low-speed portion of the track. Number 50 of Walker and the 7J of Johnson coming to green off of 4 to the starting stripe. Second heat for the late models underway again. Fuchs plenty of power, will get out into the lead. He will tiptoe a little bit more in 1 and 2 this time. Car stays in the right direction. Jeff Walker comes along in the number 50. Walker up into the second spot. Garvin in third. A little bit high. Allows Straley to the low side. Leading the way, the number 57 of Fuchs, 2 laps into the books. Fuchs leading the way. Second spot is Walker. Third spot is Straley. .57 of Joe Fuchs has broken out of his qualifying time. Fuchs will head pit side, but the car running much better here in the heat race. 50 car of Jeff Walker takes over the lead. Walker takes over the lead. Fuchs has broken out, gets the speeding ticket. Running second now is Straley in the 26. Running in third is Johnson in the 7J. So Fuchs moving over, letting the traffic go by down in turns 1 and 2. Walker leading, second Straley. White flag is out. 1 to go for Walker. Checkered flag, and Jeff Walker takes the victory in the number 50. Second spot to the 26 of Straley. Third to the 7J of Johnson. Fourth to the number 2 of Garvin. Unfortunate break for the 57 of Joe Fuchs. He has his car running much better here for the heat race than he did for qualifying. Of Jeff Walker, the Kleinecht Race Cars, number 50. The veteran heads pit side to get ready for the 50-lap feature later today for the late model division. 29 of Yeckel making his first Barberton start. The number 2 of Mazzagatti was quick time setter a few weeks ago, and today, not quite the quickest qualifier, but it is a very competitive field. They get to the stripe in 4, and the green flag is out. We are racing. Mazzagatti in the number 2, and the 29 of Yeckel racing off the second corner. Goldie right up the rear tailpipe, that number 2 car of Mazzagatti down into corner number 3 we race. Who's going to lead lap number 1? Mazzagatti up the banking. It's going to be Yeckel on the 29. Yeckel, the 29, your leader. Here comes the number 61 into second, Donnie Atwell, the veteran sportsman competitor from the northern part of the state of Ohio. For the number 2 spot, Atwell picks up a position. Trouble on the front stretch. Into the wall goes the number 2 car of Mazzagatti. Pat Mazzagatti in the number 2 from Clinton, Ohio, has gone around the Hall of Recycling, American Thunder, and Shakers Auto Recycling car. Lost it on his own. He went down the banking. Looked like he was going to take out a couple of competitors on the inside lane. Then we whipped back around, spun it around, got in the left rear. Fortunately, mostly cosmetic damage on the number 2. To the line, and the green is out. Off of turn 4, 1 complete, 7 to go. OH10 street stocks over to 4. Green is out. Good restart. Much better than the last time. Yeckel tires spin a little bit. Going to allow the number 61 car of Atwell to squeeze into the lead. Yeckel pushes up the banking. Contact sideways. A little bit of help from the 07 car of Corson as well. Corson to the outside for the number 3 spot. Leading the way is Atwell. Car 61. Atwell leading, Goldie second, Corson third, fourth is Yeckel, fifth is Price. Three complete. Three laps complete, 5 to go, and Atwell leads the way. Halfway signal this time. 4 laps in, 4 laps to go for Atwell. Price running there in the number 5 position. Got a little bit high coming off of turn 4, locking up the front tires going into 3, trying to get that car dialed in. For the second spot, the 07 of Corson, top qualifier Corson, gets by Goldie. On the backstretch, Goldie kind of checks up Mark Martin like and lets him by. White flag is out. 1 lap to go for the 61 of Don Atwell. The Habco Tool, top-notch race fabrication, Francis Engineering, 61 of Atwell takes the victory in our OH-10 Street Stock Heat, followed by Corson, Earl Goldie in the 3rd spot, finishing 4th, the 29 of Kevin Yeckel. OH-10 Street Stocks getting their heat race in the books today. A couple of hobby stock heats coming up next. Here this afternoon in our OH-10 Street Stock Heat. Let's hear it for Paynesville's Donnie Atwell. Oliver and Mick to the line in turn number 4. The green is out. Good job for Oliver waiting on Mick a little bit as Mick went up the banking. But Oliver waited on him for a pretty good start. Here comes John Bertram. Some contact. Bowling and Mick get hooked together. And that's going to hurt their chances. Bowling still trying to loop it. Able to keep it in the right direction eventually. Your leader, Joe Oliver. But here comes John Bertram. And the 155 is right there. 1 lap down, 7 laps to go in our first heat for the hobby stocks. Oliver, Bertram, Harvey, Powell, and the 85 of Mick. 1st through 5th, 6th place is Bowling. To the outside for 2nd, here comes top qualifier Austin Harvey. Bertram on the rear bumper of Joe Oliver for the lead. Oliver sideways, Bertram's going to go to the outside, car to the low side, truck on the outside. Bertram. That truck is handling better than I've ever seen it handle, and he takes over the lead for the 2nd spot. Joe Oliver hanging on to that one. Oh, some contact from Harvey. Oliver steers out of it. That saves Harvey from going to the back. Lap number 4 this time, halfway. 4 laps in, 4 to go. Oliver with a severe push. Down the track, Tom Powell to the inside. Oliver, a little bit of a pinball, but some of that is because his car is not handling well so far. Powell running pretty well in the 79 in his first start of the season. 3 laps to go for the 155 of Bertram. John Bertram leading the way. 2nd place is Harvey. 3rd is Powell. 4th is Oliver. And 5th is Dave Mick. 6th is Bowling in the 82. 2 to go. Bertram in the truck making it happen today. Harvey, the top qualifier, not quite able to run him down yet. And we got 1 to go. White flag is out. Look out. Oliver and Powell get together. Six laps in, 2 laps to go to be a green-white checkered. Bertram and Harvey to the line. Good restart underway. Into corner 1 we go. Side-by-side action all the way through our 6 cars. Up the track goes Bertram. Harvey has to get out of the gas a little bit as John Bertram leads the way. Geez, bowling, literally bowling with other cars down in turn number 3. White flag is out, 1 to go. Final circuit. Powell up the banking. Here comes Bowling. Contact there. Getting a little rough in our first heat for the hobby stocks here today. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag will be out, and the winner is going to be John Bertram. 2nd to Harvey. 3rd to Bowling. 4th to Oliver. 5th to Powell. And 6th place, the 85 of Dave Mick. In the Lakes Auto Recycling, Bond Heating and Cooling, Tony Newman Roofing, sponsored 155. Your winner, let's hear it for John Bertram. Able to do it in our hobby stock division with his mini truck that he has competed with here last season, as well as the Midvale Speedway this year. They picked up a handful of feature wins with his son Kyler behind the wheel for the most part. Green flag is out. In the lead, Cody Colmar, the 22, coming from the mini truck division up into the hobby stocks here today. Pritchett slides back into the number 4 position. Kenneth Price on the inside will pick up the 3rd spot. Leading the way, the number 22. Way up the banking, just clipping the wall with the right rear. The 15 of John Pritchett nearly wiped the long bait and tackle off the right rear quarter panel, but able to keep on rolling. Leading the way is Colmar. Colmar crosses the stripe as the leader, 0-3. Chase Hughes running second. Breaking out of his qualifying time, the number 22 of Cody Colmar. Colmar will see the black flag sending him pit side. Car running much better than it did in qualifying earlier. Gives the lead to the 0-3 of Chase Hughes. So Hughes takes over the lead with a speeding ticket given to the number 22 of Cody Colmar for going under his qualifying time twice during the race. Six laps complete that time for the 0-3 of Hughes. Going to see the white this time. It'll be 1 lap to go for Chase Hughes. Hughes sees the 1 to go signal. Final lap for the 0-3. Off of turn number 4, the Majestic Motors 0-3 of Chase Hughes takes the victory. 2nd spot, Kenneth Price. 3rd, John Pritchett in the 15. From what I've heard, this is the first ever race for Chase Hughes. Congratulations on the win, Chase Hughes from Akron, Ohio. The Majestic Motors car doing a fine job. '23 of Rick Kovac and the number 2 of Brian Poling coming to the green. Green flag is out. Good start for our compact heat. Kovac in the 23 car. Just problems getting up to speed. Here comes Lisa Moore. Heads up move by Moore. Takes over the lead. Poling back to 2nd. Kovac to 3rd. And top qualifier Randy Cecil in the number 5. Feature win a week ago, running in the number 4 spot. Moore leading the way. Moore pulling away from the 23 of Kovac, our top 4 qualifiers on the raceway in the compact division. Moore, Kovac, Cecil. Here comes the top qualifier, Randy Cecil, to the bottom lane. Brian Poling in 2nd. Brian Poling in the number 2 and 4th, actually, as Moore leads the way. Taking the lead, the number 5 of Randy Cecil. Cecil going into the lead, but here comes Moore fighting back. Cecil's going to have the momentum. Coming off at 2. Takes sole possession of the lead. Randy Cecil dominating effort a couple of weeks ago. Very good in qualifying today. One of the favorites for today's $300 top prize. Cecil leads. Moore in 2nd. Poling in 3rd. 4th place is Kovac. Getting ready to see the white flag. It'll be 1 to go coming off of turn 4 for Randy Cecil in car number 5. White flag is out, 1 to go for Cecil. Checkered flag coming off of 4, picking up the victory will be the number 5 of Randy Cecil. Moore second, third to the number 2. The Ohio Circle Track Classifieds, LB Adams Mower Repair, Ron's Paint and Body, Concetta's Creative, number 5, your winner, top qualifier, Randy Cecil. Cecil won the feature a week ago, finished on the podium in the first event. Hahn and Ripley coming off of 4. Green flag is out. Good start down in the 4th corner. We race across the line, and Jared Ripley has Bill Jane looking to the outside, right down along the bottom lane through the grass, the 13 of Hahn. Debbie Thomas in the 3rd spot. Jane running 4th. Oh, Ripley's going to close the door. Sideways, up the track, hangs on to it, up to the wall he goes. Going to lead lap 1. Wheeling that thing. Oh, now he's going to wheel her around in the wrong direction. Debbie Thomas runs into the left rear. So caution out. Green flag is out, but only for a short time, as we're going to have a restart. Not a good start. For the 13 of Hahn will look for an opening. Off of turn 4, that's a good restart. Side-by-side formation, and the green is out. Thomas in the 15 had a great 2012 season here at the track. Got into victory lane a couple of times. Finished up there at the top in the points. Running side by side with the 59 of Jane off into the 3rd corner. 13 of Hahn running 3rd, and Thomas is going to be in the lead. Hahn right now doing a good job of the 13, staying with him. In fact, challenging the 59 of Bill Jane. Thomas, your leader. 2nd, Jane. 3rd is Hahn. 3 complete. Next time, the cross flag signaling halfway. Four in, 4 to go for the 15 of Debbie Thomas. Side by side, not quite. Hahn nearly losing it in the 3rd spot. Six in, 2 to go this time, and way up the track, the 59 of Bill Jane. See Jane locking up that left rear tire a little bit through 1. Does it again down in turn number 3. A lot of brake on that left rear. White flag, 1 to go for the 15 of Debbie Thomas. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag will be out, and it's going to be the Clinton, Ohio driver Debbie Thomas taking the win in Heat 2 for the compact. 59 of Bill Jane finishing in the second spot, taking third, the number 13 of Gerald Hahn. Thomas Drywall, North Coast Improvement, sponsored number 15 from Clinton, Ohio, one of our lady drivers here at the Speedway, Debbie Thomas. The green flag is going to be out, coming out of 4. 6 laps they will go. Final heat race of the afternoon before we move into our feature program. Coming up soon, green flag is out. Six-lap event underway. 33 just trying to get some track time out there. Grimes, blue ball much the same as the 3 of Dunphy. Pulls away down the backstretch. Dunphy going to lead lap number 1. Three laps in, 3 laps to go in this Legend Car heat. For the second spot, here comes Blue Ball to the inside. So Blue Ball has taken over the second spot. Running third is Grimes, but leading is Dunphy in car number 3. The Dunphy name, synonymous with some racing here at Barberton. And the white flag is out. Final lap for the number 3 of Jeff Dunphy III. Ed Tenney with the checkered out and the checkered waves for the number 3 of Dunphy. Off of turn number 4, picking up the number 2 spot, though Grimes is closing quickly. He's going to be the number 70 of Blue Ball and the 33 of Grimes coming across the line in third. The JD Racing sponsored number 3 from Mantua, Ohio. It's Jeff Dunphy III. Green flag is out and we are rolling in the OH-10 Street Stock Division. Kevin Yeckel in the number 29 with a slight edge over Mazzagatti. They got that car fixed up, repaired with some 200-mile-an-hour tape. He won't need to use all of it. They go a little less than that here. Side by side for the number 2 position. On the inside lane, the 61 of Donnie Atwell takes the position. Mazzagatti closes the door on the 07 of Corson. Top qualifier, Joe Corson running 4th. Earl Goldie running 5th. The 7 of Price running in 6th. Leading the way, the number 29 of Yeckel to the inside. The 61 of Atwell. Atwell pulls up alongside. He's going to be wheel to wheel, and Atwell, your heat race winner, takes the lead in our feature. Atwell into the lead. Into second goes Yeckel. Running third, the number 2 car of Mazzagatti. Running 4th, the 07 car of Joe Corson. Mazzagatti running for second now. Mazzagatti takes second. Pat Mazzagatti, and now 29 car of Yeckel pushes up into the wall. Caution flag is out. Yellow flag out. Yeckel in the 29 pushing up the banking. Heavy push, gets up into the wall in the outside groove, and yellow flag for the first time in our OH-10 Street Stock Division. A little while ago looking for the sweep, but he has top qualifier Joe Corson right behind him. Mazzagatti to the high side to turn 4. The green is out. It is Atwell going back into the lead, into the second spot. Oh, look out. Leak, heavy leak, trouble down in the corner. And Mazzagatti then runs into the 61 of Atwell. Atwell put down all kinds of liquid. Track crew will be on the scene soon. Something letting loose. Almost looked like maybe a radiator hose coming off of the 61 of Atwell.
Not able to avoid a strong 61 of Don Atwell. So again, the water, maybe a little bit of the stable radiator active down there. Don't let it hurt you. Maybe a little bit of stable stuff. And that will filter it up a little bit. It's going to work very well.
Corson very strong, has won here before in street stock competition a year ago. Green flag off of 4, we're back underway. Corson the advantage off of turn number 2, half a car length as they head down the back straightaway. Corson checks up, going off into the turn, side by side off of turn number 4. Corson in the lead, second is Goldie, third is Price, fourth is Jekyll. Leading the way is Corson. But Goldie isn't giving up a lot of ground. Goldie within striking distance, drops a tire down in the dirt. That hurt him a little bit. Goldie may actually have something for the leader, Corson. Corson still leading the way with Goldie in the number 2 spot. Goldie taking a look to the inside. Almost some contact, maybe a little bit. Enough to let Corson know he's still there. Keeps the pressure on the 07. Two-car breakaway, and now Yeckel in the 29 has dropped off the pace. Looks like the 29 of Kevin Yeckel from Perry going to call it a day. The Marine Works, Lawson Tree Service, Tech Forklifts, and Parature Heating car. We are halfway, 10 laps in, 10 to go, and Goldie getting through those corners extremely well. That car really rolling the center well. Corson a little bit of a shove in the middle. Oh, and Corson off the pace. Corson has lost speed. Goldie to the inside. Corson, mechanical issues, leaves us with just 2 cars in this 20-lapper. Corson with problems in the 07 as it shuts off. Caution, flag is out. Bad break for another leader. It's not been the place to be at the front of this field. Joe Corson, the top qualifier, losing power. Something breaking on the 07 as he exits turn number 4. Going to need some assistance of the track crew. Didn't see any smoke. Didn't put anything down, but the 07 window net going down on Joe Corson's 07 ride. Done for the afternoon. So we're down to the 08 of Goldie and the 7 of Price. .08 of Goldie, the 7 of Price coming to green off of turn 4. Does Price have anything for Goldie? Goldie looks strong and the green flag is out. Into turn 1, Goldie with the lead. Kenneth Price in the 2nd spot. Now he not being as quick as Goldie this afternoon, hoping for a little bad luck for Goldie. Locks up the tires going into the 3rd corner. 8 to go. 13 in. 7 laps to go for the leader, Earl Goldie. .08 car of Goldie with nearly a straightaway lead built up on the 7 of Price. Getting down to the final stages, Goldie just hoping he does not have the same misfortune as Corson, same misfortune as Yeckel, Mazzagatti, and Atwell. Bad luck for some very competitive cars in our OH10 street stocks today. Oh, Price dirt tracking it off that second corner. This time it'll be 18 laps in with 2 laps to go for Earl Goldie. The Grand River, Ohio driver leading the way, and the white flag in the hand of Ed Tenney. Price giving it all he can, just doesn't quite have the car set up like the 08 car today. Goldie sees the white, 1 to go. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag will be out for the Francis Engineering Habco Tool Baker Performance Premier Paint car of Earl Goldie. Taking the second spot will be the number 7 of Kenneth Price. And our feature event for the OH10 Street Stocks complete. Francis Engineering, Habco Tool and Development, top-notch race fabrication, Baker Performance Parts, Premier Paint, 08, and Victory Lane. One of the sharp-looking rides here in our OH10 Street Stock Division. First Barberton feature win. Had a couple of decent runs in his car a year ago. Let's hear it for Earl Goldie. Well, Earl, congratulations on the win. It was a matter of getting in the lead and not braking because we had problems with the 61, problems with the 07, but this car was good. You were all over the top qualifier.
Yeah, this car rotates good here now. Last couple times we were out here, we didn't have enough gear. We figured some things out, and she's faster than what she's always been.
Now, you guys run at Paynesville, correct?
Yes, sir.
Difference between Paynesville and Barberton. Obviously both very tight, short tracks. I think this one has maybe a little longer straightaway and a tighter turn. Is that right?
Yes, sir. The only difference between here and Paynesville is this one's got some straightaway.
A little more straightaway. Congratulations.
All right, thank you.
Your winner, let's hear it for Earl Goldie. row, the number 50 of Jeff Walker electing to start at the tail. The Kleineck Race Cars, 50 from Akron. 42 of Bob Sibla Jr. Problems breaking the rear end in his car during the heat race, electing not to go, and also the other Mazzagatti car not making the start either. And we're ready for green coming off of turn number 4. Straley and Johnson set to bring them in. Into the fourth corner, 50 laps underway at Barberton. Into turn 1 we go. Into the lead goes Straley in the 26. Look at Mike Miller making some moves already. Garvin went off the track for a moment in the 2. Back on. It's Johnson outside. Straley inside. Lap number 1 coming to the line. It's complete, and leading the way is Johnson. Good battle between a couple of veterans for third. Mike Miller in the 22 car trying to stink this show up. He started 6th. He's already up to 2nd. Miller and Martin now trying to take 3rd. Miller's car hooked up. That Ron Jayberg Jr. racing team looking to the inside is Miller. Low-sided Johnson makes the move. Into the lead goes Mike Miller. Top qualifier already at the front. Bad news for the competition. Miller out front. Johnson in 2nd. Martin is 3rd. Battle for 4th, 5th, 6th. Mazzagatti now gets to the outside of Straley. He's going to pick up the number 4 spot. Move Mazzagatti up to 4th. Straley back to 5th. 6th is Fuchs. 7th is Sanquist. 8th, the 50 car of Walker. And 9th is Garvin. Mazzagatti, the 87, drops to the inside of Dave Martin for the number 3 spot. Martin's going to close the door on him, but Mazzagatti gets another run to the inside, a little bit free. Having a hard time with the forward bite on exit of turns is Mazzagatti. Car rolling the center really well, though, and that helps him get to the inside on the front stretch. Mazzagatti inside of Dave Martin for the number 3 position. Leader Mike Miller in traffic to the outside. The 2 of Garvin gets out of the way. Lap number 7 on the board, 7 complete, 43 to go in our 50-lap late model feature. All of our starters still on the raceway. Garvin going down a first lap. Here's Mazzagatti looking low and wisely drops back in line as Garvin was on the high lane. Mazzagatti to the inside for the 2nd spot. Wheeling it as he comes down the front straightaway. Dave Martin for the 3rd position. Martin to the inside of Johnson. Martin not quite in there. Going to use a little more patience before he makes his move after his heat race win earlier today. Straley working on Garvin. As Straley, Fuchs, Sanquist, and the 50 of Walker try to get by the slower traffic. Martin now. There's the opening he needs to get around Johnson. Finds it coming off of 4. Going to pick up the number 3 position as he heads off into the first corner. We've completed the first 10 of our scheduled 50. Mike Miller putting it to him, but Mazzagatti is 2nd. He's very fast as well. Going to start looking at race monitor for lap times here soon. Mazzagatti in 2nd, Martin in 3rd, Johnson running 4th. In the 5th spot is Straley, 6th spot Fuchs, 7th is Sanquist, running 8th is Walker, final car on the lead lap. Mazzagatti right now in the 87, turning quicker laps than the 22 car of Mike Miller. So Mazzagatti is a little bit quicker than Miller right now. Jeff Walker in the number 50 has gone down a lap for the first time in the race. $16 laps in the books for Mike Miller. Mazzagatti in the 2nd spot. Working by the 50 of Walker as well. Closing on the tail end of some pretty decent lead lap cars. Sanquist, Fuchs, the 26 of Straley, who started on the pole of this one. Miller able to get around the 66 of Sanquist and put him down a lap. Garvin slowing now. The number 2 car, Garvin, trying to get out of the way for the quicker traffic as Mazzagatti continues to try to close. Miller's going to work by the 57 car of Fuchs and the 26 of Straley as they move out of the way. Mazzagatti working the traffic as well as he tries to run down the leader. Mazzagatti gets to the inside of Fuchs, going to do the same to Straley, and he is definitely closing on Mike Miller. Got on the front stretch. Scary moment. 57 car of Joe Fuchs checking up. He looks like he's going to get back up to speed, though. Sanquist for position with a lap down car. The 26 of Billy Straley loses a spot. Just about to the halfway mark of this one. Lap number 22 at the line. Mazzagatti clearly closing on Mike Miller. Miller in the 1480s and 90s. That time of 1470 some for Mike Mazzagatti. As he continues to reel him in. He's got out that fishing pole. 7J. Bill Johnson still on the tail end of the lead lap, but maybe not for long. Johnson about to go down a lap for the first time of the race. He is running in fourth. Lap number 24 at the line, 24 in, 26 laps to go. Miller, Mazzagatti, they've worked by Johnson, the 4th place car. He's kind of running his own race there. And we're going to have halfway this time. 25 in, 25 to go for Mike Miller. Mazzagatti in second, still reeling him in little by little. That Mazzagatti car really rolling the center well. His only issue is exit of the corner where he sometimes loses some forward bite, but you can see him just eating them alive in the middle of the turns. Miller looks up in his rearview mirror. He sees that 87 of Mazzagatti, that crate engine car closing quickly. The longer this one stays green, on long runs, that should help the Mazzagatti ride. Not spinning the tires, taking good care of the tires with a crate engine, and he is closing drastically. 50 of Walker out to the outside lane. Miller makes it by. Mazzagatti into the corner hard. Contact with Garvin. They keep on rolling. We'll keep this one under green. Close as Ed Tenney was about to throw the yellow. Miller has caught Dave Martin. Oh, look out. Fuchs locking it up as he and Martin get together. Martin knows he's on the tail end of the lead lap in third. Mazzagatti is starting to reel him in again. Mazzagatti hoping that Martin would hold Miller up just a little while, but Martin in the third spot. One of just 3 drivers on the lead lap, but not for long. Mike Miller to the inside. Martin's going to spin it out. Mazzagatti stops. So yellow flag out as Martin loops it right in front of your runner-up in this race. Second and third have spun. $18 laps to go to turn number 4, coming to the green. We are underway. Mazzagatti on the high line, Miller on the inside line. Mazzagatti staying in that second groove, giving him a good run down the backstretch. Into the third corner, Mazzagatti wheeling it. Miller side by side, coming off of 4, 33 complete. Good action between our only 2 lead lap cars at the front of the field. Miller clears the 87 of Mazzagatti, and now Mazzagatti will try to go to the bottom and work with him down there. We'll look for an opening, maybe make one. Oh, nearly spun it coming off of 4, loses some ground. Miller pulling away. Mazzagatti running second. Sanquist and Johnson battling. Also Dave Martin, one of the one lap down cars, trying to make up some ground back in the field. And Mazzagatti is losing sight of the 22 of Miller. Slowly but surely, Miller pulling away. It was the longer run where Mazzagatti was doing his work to close the gap. 37 laps complete. 37 in, 13 to go for Mike Miller. Dave Martin to the outside of Straley, middle of 3 and 4. Oh, Johnson down in 4, going to loop it on his own, and keeps on rolling. Keeps on rolling. Good job by Johnson to keep this one under green.